If you're in the market for investment-worthy bags, watches, and fine jewelry, Rebag is the answer. Rebag is a luxury resale marketplace where each piece is carefully vetted and verified by experts to ensure quality and authenticity. If you're in the market, use Rebag to buy and sell finds from the world's top brands, including Hermes, Chanel, and Cartier. Head to Rebag.com to get 10% off your first purchase with code REBAG10. Shop today at Rebag.com. That's REBAG.com and use promo code REBAG10 for 10% off your first purchase.
Passion, drive, and patience. What brings home the winning trophy is also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors has everything you need to maintain your vehicle and level it up to peak performance, from superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED headlights, and more. Whether you're into speed, power, or style, eBay Motors has got you covered. With over 122 million parts for your number one ride or die, you'll always find exactly what you're looking for. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your ride every time or your money back. Because with eBay Motors, you're burning rubber, not cash. With all the parts you need at the prices you want, it's easy to turn your car into the MVP and bring home that win. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Welcome to the PowerCat Podcast, GoPowerCat.com's Kansas State Athletics Show. Make sure you're subscribing to our show at Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you get your podcasts. Now, from the GPC studios, here's your host, GoPowerCat publisher, Tim Fitzgerald.
It's the overtime.
Hey, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Okay, it wasn't that exciting. It is the season finale of the overtime as we wrap up our summer festivities with the stupidity and begin to focus more on real stuff. Tim Fitzgerald, Zach Carlson, Cole Carmody, Ryan Gilbert, right here in the GPC studios with two obnoxious dogs and yet another rushed edition of this podcast. Usually Monday's my slow day. This Monday, when we're recording this, is wall-to-wall Fitz doing stuff.
Nobody cares.
Something else rhymes better with that, but I didn't want to bleep it out. I didn't want to get into the bleeping. Anyhow, we take your questions from Wabash Station about almost anything.
Anything?
Anything.
Except for us committing crimes, Pickles. We're not going to actually go on the record with what crimes we'd like to commit, because we might actually like to commit them, and we don't want to have a record of the crimes we would like to commit.
I'm a college man. I am so smart. I am so smart. I am so smart. I am so smart.
Right?
If you were to commit a crime, where would you do it at?
I would do it at your house. And then plant the evidence on you.
Wearing gloves with your fingerprints.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I wonder how long before, 3D printers can print gloves with someone else's fingerprints.
Brilliant! I feel like that's beyond a 3D printer.
Did we just come up with something here? Like a new kind of printing?
Does Taco Lucha and So Long Saloon have 3D printers?
They have a giant lime machine.
They have the biggest... Taco Lucha has a lime squeezing machine the size of a VW Bug. Probably cost about the same, all because guys like Ryan Gilbert were so lazy they couldn't squeeze a few limes as their job.
A few limes?
Oh, it's amazing how many limes you go through.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible. Our podcast here, this little festivity, is sponsored by Taco Lucha and So Long Saloon. Lucha and Saloon are the finest locations in all of Aggieville. Get in there. And that clown across the table from me also makes delicious drinks.
He's talking about Ryan Gilbert, by the way.
Thank you. I needed that.
Yeah.
Cole would agree. My drinks are good.
Look, as we know from my history with other bars in town, if I have a bad bartender, I will let them know they suck. That if you want to ignore me, I will let you know you suck. But you don't suck, man. You take take care of your customers.
Nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Oh, don't be careful.
Suck.
Be careful with that. That's be careful with saying the nicest thing.
Why?
Just be careful.
Here we go. Questions from Wabash Station. Cole Carmody has the helm.
The first question of the overtime comes from Pelster. In honor of the season finale, What was your favorite TV show finale, either season or series?
Blackbird was incredible.
I still need to watch that.
It was incredible. The acting in it. It felt like almost a Hitchcock type of acting. Like it's such a character study into a serial killer and a criminal who has been sent in to, basically get a confession from him based on a true story. Incredible. It's on Apple TV. Apple said For Mankind's been incredible. I've found a lot of good TV. There's a nice groove. I have encountered something really weird with the pandemic. I've had a couple shows that took longer than normal off because of the pandemic and came back, and I'm not as engaged. Peaky Blinders is most specifically that. They're in their final season, came out post-pandemic. I'm not locked in on it like I was pre-pandemic. I love that show.
You don't with the Peaky Blinders.
Oh, man. The pandemic ruined so much, including Zach's ability to smell and taste.
It sure did. I talk about it all the time, but the event. It was one season, so the season finale and the series finale is the same, but the final scene is the aliens move their planet close to Earth. The president's wife looks at it, and the president's kid asks his mom, "Mom, what's that?" And she's like, "Home." And you find out she was an alien the whole time, and she was the one that was giving messages to the kid from the aliens. Yeah. It was interesting. It deserved multiple seasons. But if it ends there and that was the big reveal, I'm fine with it.
If you could move a planet, would you move it closer to Earth or Uranus?
What did you say, sailor? You can't say that!
Cole, have you seen anything lately on TV that you've enjoyed?
My favorite ending is Narcos Season 2.
Yeah.
The very last episode when they finally catch Pablo Escobar.
That's great.
I mean, honestly, the first 2 seasons of Narcos might be my 2 favorite seasons on television.
Oh, they're incredible.
It's awesome. And the 3rd season wasn't bad with the Cali cartel. I really actually like Narcos Mexico. Like all the Narcos, I'm a big fan of. That's probably my favorite show that I've ever watched.
It does show how absurd our war on drugs is.
Right.
I mean, you get Pablo and it just gets worse. You don't ever kill it off because it just spreads around. Ryan, are you watching any TV? You don't watch.
When was the last time you watched a show on TV?
On TV. Probably never, but like I've done a few. I've watched Prison Break. I've watched Under the Dome. There's a few other ones I've watched, but not my cup of tea.
Did you watch all Prison Break?
I did actually.
See, I actually really liked that show. It was good too, when it was on TV.
Respectable.
I enjoyed Terminal List on Amazon.
Is that good?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's about a special forces guy that is betrayed and gets his team killed, and he kills everyone. Everyone. His Terminal List. He kills everyone.
Sounds great. Wow.
Can I say The Offer just because?
Oh my God, it's so good.
It's on. I mean, it's up there. The finale's not that good, but like
let me just say,
show. If
you're paying for a full price annual subscription and you haven't used your Paramount Plus subscription that comes with it for free, I mean, it's $100 a year value, so you're getting 100% value on what you're paying for 24/7. If you haven't done that yet, email support at 247 Sports or try to figure it out. Go up to your icon and settings, and you'll see a Paramount Plus link there. There's a few hoops you got to jump through because we're on different platforms. Your subscription name won't transfer over. They're different databases, so you have to get signed up for one using that. But anyhow, there's a lot of great. I was reviewing Paramount Plus's programming, and everything that they've released since maybe the first year, I've watched everything. If it's live action, they got some cartoon stuff that I don't watch. If it's live action, I've watched everything because I'm a Star Trek nerd, so I've watched all those shows. But I mean, there's been other programs on there that are just fantastic. I think
everything's good on there.
You're not a South Park guy?
Well, I would be, but that's not. They've got some Star Trek cartoon stuff, Lower Decks, and just more aimed at kids. It's a really diverse channel in what they offer, but they do a great job with their drama. Really good. I'm totally spacing off the name, Joe something. It's about a game warden. Another, based on the books. I was talking to my wife about this. I think streaming shows are so good because they can fully reflect a book. You can take 8, 10, 12 episodes in a season and actually bring out the nuances of the book that a 2-hour movie can't. So I've really enjoyed that. A lot of good stuff. And, of course, I'm a big Bosch fan. And Bosch Legacy on now Freebie. What is it? Freevee? Freevee. It's like TV, but Freevee. It used to be IMBD TV. It's Amazon's free channels. So, like when you have an Amazon subscription, get an Amazon program, but you also have Freevee, which is like, channels like Pluto or anything else.
Interesting.
Uranus.
No, that's totally different.
Neptune?
That's a planet.
Mars?
That's a body part. Neptune's a body part.
Good question, Pilster. Next question comes from I Like Pickles Cat, who's going to be a very common theme. For a lot of questions asked by Pickles today. So,
do I have to say Pickles every time?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, Pickles once.
In this biopic of your life, what would the title be, and what actor would play you?
Well, I think George Clooney, because we're twins. That's pretty obvious.
I think we should change this and say we should pick each other's actors.
Life of Fitz is the easiest one.
The name of the movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, who's going to play me? I'm kind of a unique-looking guy.
Kevin James.
That's not bad. He's not. He's too short. And people don't appreciate how tall I am.
Mark Mangino.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Wait. Can you play Mark Mangino in a biopic of Mark Mangino?
I've lost weight, people.
Quit making fun of Fitz, guy.
No, I'm not going to stop.
I think you got to go find the guy that played Uncle Fester on Addams Family. Is it Fester or Festus?
Yes.
The bald guy with the black rings under his eyes.
Don't ask me.
Can I say Bruce Willis?
Oh, yeah. That's actually not bad. If he put on a few pounds. He's not tall enough. You got to find someone tall and handsome. These things bother me.
Gabriel Iglesias.
I feel like it's more fun just to dunk on Fitz than to try coming up with any of us three, because I don't look at actors and be like, oh, that's the guy I would want to play me in a movie about me.
Matt Damon.
That's my friend Brad. Brad is Matt Damon. But
Colt, you're 22 years old. You want Matt Damon?
I mean,
are you 23?
23
I'm
now,
sorry.
Yeah. He could play
Matt Damon?
Tom Holland.
That's better. For age, I don't know about looks.
No, we're very similar looking.
You got to get casting right.
He's a little boy.
You got to get casting right. We're watching the final season of Animal Kingdom, tying these two questions together, and they've gone back and regressed because Ellen Barkin, who was kind of the star of it, was killed off. Sorry, I just ruined it for someone. And so now they're doing a lot of flashback scenes with young version of her, and all the boys, the brothers, are young. And there's a guy on there. There's a character named Pope who's not all there, one of the brothers, and the actor who plays him is incredible. He's just incredible. But they cast this guy to play young Pope, like high school age, who is 6 inches taller. And immediately it registered with me. I go, this guy's way too tall. Yeah. And I went, and Becky's like, no, this is probably just that. And I looked. He's 6'3", and the guy who plays the actual Pope is 5'9". That is so obvious to me. What are you doing? I don't know. That's just a bitch and a rambling. But anyhow, my movie would be great. There'd be a lot of drinking in it. And I'm not going to say what else.
You know who'd play Gills? Owen Wilson.
What is wrong with you?
Oh, my God. If Owen Wilson was like younger, yeah. He's got a bigger nose, but
I could be older.
Interesting. Next question from Pickles once again.
Pickles.
What movie needs to be remade because it had a good premise but poor execution?
Life of Fitz, because they cast Kevin James in it.
I would say The Martian. Have you all seen that movie?
Oh, with
is that Matt Damon?
I think it is Damon. Yeah.
I thought it was
really
good
movie, but the ending. I don't know if that's what the question's really asking, but I think the ending was very anticlimactic.
Have you seen Uncharted?
No.
So it's based on the video game. Which are you familiar with that, Ryan?
I don't think so.
It's an old PlayStation game. It came out. It's on Netflix now. It came out in February, but it's with Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland. Actually, it's why Tom Holland was. I just watched the movie and it was awful. It's just terrible. That's not going to be my answer, though. My answer is going to be National Treasure.
Oh my God! Why?
So first of all, let me just say,
why are you messing with America?
I love the idea, but there's certain things. The second one I liked better than. Wait, which one had the Constitution? Was that the first one? Or the second
First one.
So the second one is about Abraham
They kidnapped
Lincoln.
the president.
Yes.
The letter.
Right.
The Lincoln letter.
So that one wasn't as good. I feel like
the second one was worse?
Yeah. I feel like I liked the first one better, where they kidnapped the Declaration of Independence.
They kidnapped
or they stole the
document.
Declaration of Independence.
Which is so believable.
Yeah.
Someone's going to steal the Declaration of Independence.
But either way, I feel like if they could make those movies now, I know they're coming out with a show, National Treasure.
Are they really?
Yeah, but Nicolas Cage isn't in it, so it's not.
Well, what
I don't
else
even
is he
think
doing?
anybody else is in it. Like, nobody's
it's
part
not-
of it. It's
yeah.
completely separate spinoff. They needed to wrap up it. At the very least, there needed to be a third movie to wrap
Yeah.
up what was in the President's Secret Book.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah,
We deserve to know what was on page 47.
What's on page 47? Are you talking about the book?
We deserve to know.
I don't know how you recalled that. That's impressive.
I remember that.
Come on. We're talking about National Treasure.
Come on,
everybody.
man. I drink a lot.
Everybody. Was that one of your favorite movies as a kid?
Oh, for sure.
Yes. Gills? No?
I know nothing about what you guys are talking
my
about.
gosh. Gills is just sitting in the corner with a dunce hat on.
You've never heard of National Treasure?
I don't think I've ever heard of that movie.
See,
I'll say one.
Ryan Gilbert could be forced to go into isolation, and his life wouldn't change that much.
I am one of the few people that can just entertain myself.
Tickle party?
That's going to go somewhere I don't want to go.
How about the last few Fast and Furious movies?
Do they need to be remade?
Yes, make them like the first two, where it's actually about street racing.
You know what they're going to do? They're going to make a 10th, an 11th, and a 12th, and a 13th.
I am a
one,
sucker
and
for Fast and
You
Furious.
can try, and they can try better. They'll try harder for you, Cole.
I love those movies still, but I wish they would go back.
They
into
lost
racing.
me at Tokyo Drift.
But that was a good movie.
Yeah, that was good.
Mine, it'll be a recent one from this summer, Lightyear. Good premise of having Buzz Lightyear have a backstory. I thought the movie was generally boring, and there was too much peril in a children's movie.
Fair enough.
Fun fact: have you guys seen Django the Unchained?
Mm-hmm.
Rick
Did you
Ross.
say Django?
It's the only movie you've seen.
Django.
I've actually never seen the full movie, but Rick Ross has a song that's
100
part
Dead
of-
Coffins.
You got it,
Yep.
Zach. Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Continue.
This is Django.
But why do you want that
It's
redone?
kind of like your sex life. The D is silent.
Oh, no, 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 no. What the?
Django.
I want it. I want the whole movie to be remade where it's just Rick Ross. That's it.
The Django episode.
Django. That's the name of the movie.
The humans will be right back.
My days working, taking care of my little ones can be a lot. I checked out care.com and it was so easy for me to find local, experienced, and background check sitters. Finding our babysitter was way more affordable than I thought. Care.com makes it super easy. Search for qualified candidates. You can view their profiles, read reviews and ratings, check their availability, send messages directly, and get the help that you need. Care.com should be every person's go-to.
JamesAllen.com is the online destination to easily design a customized engagement ring and save up to 50% compared to traditional stores. You pick a diamond, whether it's lab-created or earth-created. James Allen has over 200,000 conflict-free stones. Then you pick your ring setting and metal. And if you need some help, they have real-time diamond consultations available where an expert can walk you through it all. Get 25% off your order at JamesAllen.com code podcast. That's JamesAllen.com code podcast.
The ads are done. Speak humans.
Next question comes from CFID. If you were a politician running for office, what would your slogan be?
I am not a crook.
That was really good.
Gills, you want to give yours?
I don't know, something with bartending or drinks.
No, I was just hoping you'd do a Trump impression. Since
I would never do
Fitz
that.
went
What
there.
are you talking about? I would never.
The
Fitz went
conversation
full
between
Nixon.
Trump and Nixon.
Thank you.
Wait, what? That was Nixon? I thought that was Bernie.
Now you sound like Elvis.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Excuse me. That's my Bernie.
Sounded like Forrest Gump Bernie.
I know.
My Barney. My motto would be, no party wants me.
Yeah.
Well, that actually sounds like
It's true in multiple
Sounds like
different
social life.
senses.
Sounds like you're no fun at parties.
I am so fun at parties.
Would they consider you a pooper at parties?
If I poop there, yeah.
When are you going to have a basement party?
We need to. Well, we got to fix the basement.
Well, you need friends, first of all.
Well, I've got plenty of friends.
So when Fitz decides to run for office, his slogan will be, and we'll have the party. This is where we have to figure out the slogan. I could say, fixing the world one drink at a time.
I like it.
Me or you?
No, that's for Fitz.
Hey, that's
mine.
his name.
Okay, that's
Give that to me. I take it.
Drinking the world one drink at a time would be mine.
So I'll be like your vice president.
Okay.
You'll be the campaign manager.
Yeah. Okay. CFO of the Fitz.
Here's my Spiro Agnew.
I have no clue what I'd make my slogan.
Well, sorry, CFID. I thought this was a good question.
I thought it was too.
Like
I just don't have any ideas. I'm not being spontaneously funny on this one. I'm so sorry.
ZA. Your letters are ZA in your name. You could do like, we're going to solve all the issues from Z to A.
Ooh.
Good try, good effort.
That was a joke.
Mine would probably be something like, Kane Brown is the greatest country music artist of all time.
Is that the Applebee's one?
No.
That's actually the other one. Did you know that Walker Hayes has a new banger? He has a certified
We're not talking about music
banger.
on this podcast, remember, because we don't want Spotify to take us down.
It is amazing.
Something y'all in it.
Y'all life.
Okay.
I want to punch him in the face. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick Ross. Next question comes from I Like Pickles Cat. It says, mostly for Cole, but anyone can answer. What was the dumbest event in history? Can we say Watergate?
Yeah. Oh, that's another good one. Is that on Paramount Plus?
This show?
Gaslit?
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh my God.
What was
was
the
that
show
on?
or historical event?
Well, you know what Watergate is.
Yes, but I've never heard of this show.
Gaslit is based on Martha Mitchell, who was the wife of one of the Nixon aides, like the main, kind of one of the organizers. And Julie Roberts plays it. It's based on a podcast called Slow Burn.
I think I've heard of this.
And it's really good. I think Julie Roberts was miscast. I mean, Martha Mitchell was kind of a short, not really attractive woman. But anyhow, yes, when you watch how it went down, it is the biggest cluster in American history. Like they were discovered because they taped a lock open, and a brand new security guard kept found the tape and just thought someone had done it, and then came back later and found the tape again and knew something was up. The amazing part is that security guard, without him getting curious and finding the guys, it would never been discovered the way it was, and his life was ruined because he found it.
The security guard.
Yeah.
I'll say, my answer, I'll go on record, the Gulf of Tonkin incident.
Do you think it was real?
No.
Yeah, I don't either.
I mean,
enlighten us.
You don't know what the Gulf of Tonkin
It was the
incident?
entry in Vietnam.
Yeah. Basically, it had to do with a ship being fired upon, and they said it happened at a certain time, and it was sent to Congress to try and get people fired up to go to Vietnam. And it worked because pretty much everybody wanted to go to war, but then it comes out after the United States is in the middle of this war that, wait, there's some inconsistencies here. Maybe this didn't actually happen. So I'll say the Gulf of Tonkin incident is the dumbest.
Can I pick
There's some other ones.
Can I pick a person?
Sure, if it's Ron Gilbert.
It's Lance Armstrong.
Yeah.
And here's why.
Does that count as history?
Yeah.
Hear me out here. Hear me out. Lance Armstrong gets cancer and, does the Tour de France and wins it, creates Livestrong. And that's going to be the end of the point. But wins the Tour de France seven different times. Seemingly got through without doping, as everyone else was doping. Then it turns out, no, he was doping, and he just got away with it because he was better at doping than the other ones.
Until technology caught up to him.
Right. And then all of that gets stripped down, but you still have Livestrong, this cool wristband thing, and
I mean, seriously, he said to all the wristbands.
That
I'm wearing my cancer ones.
But it's just like Watergate. Everything is strong. Something strong.
Oh,
something gate. Something strong. Something controversial. It's blank gate.
Yep.
Some tragedy happens. It's city strong. And it's all because of Lance Armstrong and his Tour de France's that he won as a farce. So I pick Lance Armstrong getting cancer.
3 solid choices, Ryan. What would you say?
Of Armstrong?
No, of the question. The dumbest event in history.
I am going to differ from all of you guys and say the Cold War.
Okay.
It was just a waste of time and
Resources.
money and effort. Yeah, all that stuff. I would also say the Battle of the Bulge gave children, 6th grade children.
A lot of jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a lot
it was
of jokes.
poorly named. Even though there was a reason there was a bulge in the lines. I get it, but I'm with you. I might go with Pickett's charge.
Okay.
Totally collapsed the war effort for the South. And it was, if you've ever been to Gettysburg and look at the field that they ran across, what the hell were they thinking? That was the ultimate arrogance. I mean, where would we be if they hadn't done that and they just won a battle more traditionally, and then instead of charging uphill 300 yards in a field with cannons aimed downhill at them? It's insane.
And what's crazy about the Civil War is that they had the best generals. They had the best leaders in the South.
Oh, yeah.
They were not in the North.
Well, and they were
in the South.
They were motivated. They were more motivated. So
yeah.
They couldn't fight a war of attrition, and Lincoln turned it into that.
So you're saying the SEC running themselves at all the other conferences uphill is going to go bad?
That's a good point.
Are we comparing the SEC to the Confederate South?
They have the better teams.
Well, do they have any states in their alliance that were not in the Confederacy? Missouri was a border state, but they were aligned with the Confederacy. Every other state is Confederate. Kentucky was a border state. Mm-hmm.
You're right.
That's why they need to go get North Carolina and Virginia to join. They'd be all united again.
I'm going to be thinking about this the rest of the time now.
Challenging.
Next question comes from Exhausted Nihilist. The GPC crew gets stranded on a remote island in the South Pacific with no hope of immediate rescue. Which member becomes the most totalitarian, creative, calm, productive, well-rounded, expendable, and finally delicious?
Oh, I'm expendable and delicious. I have no survival skills. I'll be laying on the beach. This someone once asked me years ago, would I ever do Survivor? And I'm like, on day 2, I'd be laying on the beach with a migraine because I have no caffeine, crying for Carmex because my lips are chapped.
So I was going to say,
I don't even think you could jump out of the boat to swim in on the first day.
Is that what they do?
They've done it in some seasons.
I don't want to do that. I don't trust the ocean at all.
You would be the most totalitarian, though.
Shut up. I would not. I would have to rely on Zach a lot because I feel like Zach, even though he's not an outdoorsman,
I'm an Eagle Scout.
There we go. That's my
Eagle
point.
Scout.
He could get us fire. He could
hear me
purify
out.
water through my dirty underwear.
I did the bare minimum to become an Eagle Scout.
You
just exposed yourself.
You did the.
That's fine. No,
bare minimum.
The bare minimum. I met the requirements asked of me and
fulfilled.
I fulfilled those duties. So
okay, so let's go.
I did as little camping as I possibly could.
Yes.
Totalitarian. Who would it be then?
Timothy.
What does that word mean?
Like the leader.
Well, that's not really the leader. That's like a dictator.
Yeah.
Like I'd be screaming orders. I'd just be crying because I'm lonely. I don't like you guys that much.
Okay, so
I would be like trying to figure out where there's like a beef jerky tree. I mean, that stuff grows on trees.
You would be the one. Be like, where's the beef jerky tree?
Hey, could you give me some bottled water where you're out looking around?
So can I say I think Zach and I would be the ones making the decisions and figuring.
No, there's only
out.
one. Utilitarian is single, right?
Yeah.
That means we got to expend coal.
I think if there are any potential for getting clicks or subscriptions, Zach is going to just check all these boxes, and he's going to get everything done.
There's a lot of truth to that.
Creative. I think I would fall into that personally.
I would make you guys some drinks, some salt water.
Actually, no.
Oh, that'd be
you're right.
delicious. Yeah. Salt water. Yeah, make us drink the salt water.
Fitz, you'd be the most calm because you'd be asleep.
I would just go to sleep.
I think Fitz would be so calm because he's accepted the doom,
right?
And he's just there.
It's like
the rest of us are trying to figure out how to.
I would embrace the opportunity to lose a lot of weight.
It'd be the same. It's the same reason why he never went into the press conferences with Bruce Weber.
Well, I didn't want to commit murder. I think we all know that.
Is there a marijuana tree or trees on this island?
I don't believe marijuana.
Is that how that grows?
Is it like a big marijuana tree? There we go. Plant. That's good. Well, oops. I mean, I hope it's a gummy plant because I don't actually like them.
Those are very natural. Yes.
So productive.
Again, Zach.
Zach, absolutely.
Zach.
Zach's going to have by day 2, before his battery runs out, an Excel document on how to get off the island, where our best opportunities are. It's going to all be like designed, and then he'll have a PowerPoint presentation for all of us. Meanwhile, he's documenting all of us for the video he's going to do after we're saved, just of me weeping in a makeshift tent, which is actually my shirt.
Well-rounded.
Real quick, are we just going to forget about Wally and Go-Go?
Oh, this is true.
You know what I mean?
Wally's probably...
We got to be somewhere on here.
I feel like Wally'd be helpful.
I think Wally would be the most well-rounded.
Go-Go would just kind of walk around the island.
I feel like he'd just hang out with you.
He'd just walk around the island. He would just like walk off with the Go-Go walk and just head down the beach and just like, wait, Go-Go, where you been? He goes, I just walked all around the island.
He'll probably
I met some people on the other side. They were really nice. What?
Yeah,
he'll walk to the other side of the island and find a golf course.
Right.
No, that's you.
Right. Well, they come back and get Zach
but it's
to
also,
go golfing, and we're like, where'd they go?
Is Messingham?
Well, they're golfing with the other people on the island and getting refreshed. I'm like, what?
So expendable.
Come back with beers.
I'd be by far the most expendable. I bring no value.
Expandable? You're expandable.
Yeah, very expandable. Yeah.
Hear me out.
What?
But you have the resources.
What resources do I have?
The company card.
The deliciousness.
Company car or card?
The company card.
He does have the company car. I'm aware of that.
Do you think that we should expend you early so that we get the most benefit before you burn all of the fat?
Oh yeah. That's a good plan. Oh crap. I don't like to think of myself as fat. I like to think of myself as well marbled.
Okay.
So there we go.
All right. Are we good on this question now?
Yeah, I think so.
I hope that this never actually happens, but that's just me.
It ended with me getting eaten by my employees, so it's lovely.
From I Like Pickles Cat once again. Your dream house would have what odd or unique features?
Oh, that's really good. Probably a dog
towel warmers, like built-in towel warmer.
I'd have like I don't know. I would have a pool, a jacuzzi, like a hot tub area, and probably a dog pool. Like, so they can just go in there and walk around. And
good answer.
I would have my living room have like spots of pee from a dog named Dude all over it.
Oh, for God's sake!
That's not odd or unique.
Yeah, that's been done before. If he was from Britain, he'd be known as Sir Markalot because he marks everything he can. He's a jackass.
Can I say a gym, or is that like not
Jim
odd or unique?
No, that'd be awesome.
That's very
unless it's actually a guy unique. Named Jim, then that's a little
like a Slim Jim, like a beef jerky type deal.
I like a basketball court. I like that.
Yeah, I was going to say basketball court.
Yeah,
would it be indoors?
Cool. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, those are pretty cool when they.
I would have a guest house too because I would like to have guests, just not in my house. So you can have a guest house out by the pool, which I think they would appreciate.
Are you going to have a guy keep your yard and his name be Cato too?
Well, we're going to have a pool boy.
Not a pool girl?
No, pool boy. Becky's demands.
Yeah, Becky's demands. Becky doesn't really particularly want a pool. She just wants the pool boy. I haven't quite figured out what she means by that.
I would do a grass putting green in the backyard.
That's nice.
Like Jim Nance?
Is his artificial or is it grass?
It's grass.
Really?
Yeah.
I have not seen Jim Nance's backyard.
Brian loves Jim Nance.
I hate Jim Nance.
Ugh. So you like Sir Nick Faldo better than Jim Nance?
Who?
No.
Okay.
He didn't. Why'd you do that to him?
I don't know who that is.
Nick Faldo is.
Nick Faldo is a very hated golf commentator who commentated until yesterday alongside Jim Nance.
Why was he hated?
He's hated, but Nance
I don't know.
loved.
People didn't like his commentary. I thought he was fine.
So I don't do golf at all. Is color? He's
a former golfer.
Stroke and
yeah.
stuff? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a fairly famous golfer.
He really analyzes their strokes like super, super hard.
Next question.
Yeah.
Next question. And last question of the overtime.
Of this year.
No.
Comes from I Like Pickles Cat once again.
What a fitting finish.
And the question is very fitting for you, Fitz. It's going to make you smile.
Oh, boy.
What is the best pet or animal name you have heard? He says, I recently heard a racehorse from the 1700s, named Potatoes.
It says Patou. Patou.
But Patou, like potatoes.
I don't know.
Potatoes.
What's the best pet or
Nobody
animal
gets
name?
that impersonation, but it is spot on. Oh, it's such a niche impersonation right there. I don't know. I honestly, I think our dog named Dude is absolutely perfect. He's asleep down here.
We don't usually do this with the door open, do we?
No.
But he is over here.
But we had a fly, and we need to let it escape, although it's still with us. And two, we didn't. It's the overtime. Who cares?
The answer for this question for me is my friend's name is my friend's dog's name is Carlos.
Why?
It's like The Hangover. It's like Alan's baby.
Exactly. He told me.
What kind of dog is it?
It's a golden retriever.
Oh, what does Carlos have? That's not a golden retriever name.
They named it
What would it be?
Carlos.
It's a good name for it, Fitz.
And so they just call him Low because, as he told me, I don't want people to make it seem like I'm culturally appropriating the name Carlos because I gave my dog that name. And I was like, well, why did you name the dog? And he said, because my name starts with a C, my sister's name starts with a C, our other dog's name starts with a C, and the only other name I could think of that starts with a C that was any kind of cool was Carlos.
Charlie?
That was the old
only
dog's
4
name.
names on Earth.
Well,
Start with the letter
that makes
C.
sense because Carlos is Charlie. It's Charles.
Yeah.
Cole.
He's
Cooper.
not going to name him. No, you're not going to name a dog.
I'm pretty sure that Cooper is the like I'm not kidding. Statistically, Cooper is the most common dog name in the world.
I think it's Tanner.
It's Cooper.
My friend's he's a big Yankee fan. They got a Bernese Mountain Dog named Bronx.
That's a good name.
It's a great name. Now, they claim it had nothing to do with the Yankees, but I see it's BS. They just don't want me to know that they're addicted.
My mom's dog, her name is Henny.
Like for Hennessy?
Yes.
Oh, your mom's the best.
I named it.
Oh.
And the next dog...
Does your mom know that's what it is? Okay.
The next dog we get, I'm going to name it Cardi. Don't forget Jack.
Cardi-Jada?
No. Like Bacardi.
What about Bud?
Use the full name.
Bud is a good one.
I kind of would like to have 3 dogs named Sinatra, Dino, and Sammy.
As children, we had 3 rats that were named Marcia, Jan, and Cindy.
Were they
That's
pets?
funny. That is really funny.
Pet rats or just house
Pet rats?
No, they just lived. It was rats that lived in the house with them. Zach's from a very impoverished background.
Oh, yeah.
They were pet rats.
You live with the rats. Does that mean you were sleeping with the fishes?
There he goes.
Is that a drink or not?
What? Sleeping with the fishes?
No, Cole doing not Irish.
Italian accent?
Yeah, Italian. Excuse me.
Yeah, it should be.
What are you talking about? I never do that.
Isn't that one of the...
That was such
horrible.
a...
That was
so
like...
accent.
It's from
Is that
New
Carlos talking?
From
New York.
You sounded like you only heard of the idea of New York.
Unique New York.
You just found out that New York existed. And
What are you
tried your
talking about?
best.
What are you talking about?
It's more Southie right there.
Yeah.
It's more Boston.
Some water?
Okay, we're done. We're done. We're just going to shut this down for the season. We're going to start talking more and more football. And folks, we haven't named it yet, but Cole Carmody will have a podcast with a former K-State football player coming to our Power Cat podcast feed this season. We got to figure out a name for it. Like maybe Cole's Corner.
Thank you for listening to the Power Cat Podcast. Make sure you're subscribing to our show at Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you get your podcasts. Power Cat Podcast. All rights reserved. GoPowerCat.com.
With Blue Link Plus, you can access your Hyundai Tucson Limited remotely. Doors unlocked, temperature set, lost car found.
There it is.
Get complimentary class-leading Blue Link Plus. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.